Yes, hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm on a different screen again. I'm on a different screen. As you can see, we are back on YouTube, not on the other platform that you have things that will engage in. So yeah, we're totally in a different place. Today we're just to discuss about your tomorrow at how you're starting the exam tomorrow. That's why we're in this platform again. So today is no answering of questions, and we're going to just talk and then look at how you can prepare and how tomorrow you get into the exam. That's very important. As you know, tomorrow is the D-Day. Some of you are writing 29. Some of you are writing 28, which is tomorrow. And then I don't know if someone is writing on the 30th, but I think 28, 29. So those are the 2 days. And I hope you really make sure that, okay, 30th. Okay, someone put on the chat that you are writing on the 30th. Okay, good, 30th. So 28, 29, 30th. So good. So I just hope you guys make the best out of this moment, because this is like life changing to you guys, and that's how important and how I value it. I hope people also value as like that, because it's changing moment. If you have a license, things can always move fast. What do I mean? Things can move fast. Things can move fast because you can know someone who is needing a player that you're an agent, then you both connect, and that person takes the player to Europe or wheresoever the person might take the player to, and you put negotiate, the person sells the player, and then you get and then you get commission, you get life-changing money that can change your life, and you start your life from there. So tomorrow and tomorrow 28, 20, 29, 30, they are big days for you guys. So that's how it is. And at the end of the exam, let me say, what you have 1 hour to do those things. So tomorrow at the end of the exam, let's say at the end of the exam, you're going to have an idea of how you wrote and all those kind of things. So it's very important that you focus. So before we just have a few conversation, I would just like to touch on few things that you should be looking out for tomorrow, because today is just a short minute video. I would like you guys to go and spend some time just resting, and then not too much, because today, this time of time, it's not a time you need to read. It's just to like give revision and have a thinking mind. So hope you guys are good. Not speaking too fast. I hope I'm not speaking too fast. But anyways, so tomorrow when you get into the exam hall, which is the most important thing, I hope you're that focused, and think of this first. Have a clear head and know that if you're not focused, you're going to lose a lot of things in the exam. If you're not focused, you're going to lose a lot of things. What do I mean lose a lot of things? You're going to lose time, and the exam is about time management. You have to make sure you start well. What I mean start well, you need to focus. Know that because you're sitting, you don't need to go to any exam center as other people did. You are sitting in your house, so you have to be spot on, everything very organized and ready. So where you're writing, make sure that the room, that everything is there is okay. Your device works perfectly, fully charged, everything. Be very sure with that. Your internet, stable and tested. Do all those things. Don't try to do all those things before, let me say, 1 hour to the end of the exam, because that start giving you panic. Your login details ready, so that everything is okay. Your study material, you make sure that everything is okay, structured, and how you can use it very well. The reality is, the more you prepare, you have time just for the exam. The more you prepare all these things I'm saying, you have time just for the exam. You don't have time for prepare for panic. So you are just focused on trying to tackle the exam, which is the most important thing. That's the first section that I'm looking at. That's the first section. And then section 2, for those writing today, tomorrow, make sure you sleep. And even though if you're writing on the 29, make sure you sleep well. Because if you have a tiring brain, you won't think well. Trust me. It's people always underestimate that, thinking like, oh, well, it's 1 hour. I will just get over it. No. Try to sleep early. Make sure you get some rest so that you can have a fresh brain to write the exam. Go in as if nothing, as if that's your last dance on it. Put everything on it. That's going to help, to be honest, because you never know. Just one question that you had. Let me say you had a resting brain, and you pass that question. It can give you the 15 question. It can give you 15 out of 20. Just a little story on that. When my result came out, this is what happened. I was because at 7:30, I think at 7:30, I constantly checked because they said when we wrote, it had to come out 1 week. So we wrote on a Wednesday, then it had to come out the next one. It had to come out on the next Wednesday. So on a Tuesday, I was already checking my laptop, thinking whether has it come out or whatsoever. No. But now on a Wednesday, I waited 1 p.m. Nothing came. But I had a result from people in America. Their result has come out. So I was saying on the WhatsApp group, because we had also a WhatsApp group that we're studying. Other people were saying, "Oh, hey, man, I made it," and some people were saying, "Oh, I'm just going to try next time," and all those kind of stuff. So I just thought I kept refreshing my email, because you're going to get your result through email. Your email, you're just going to see congratulations. The first letter always comes is congratulations, or there are two words, congratulations or unfortunately, those kind of things. Those are the kind, yeah. But anyways, let's not focus on that's just after the exam. So when I got mine, and I was like, hey, did I pass? Like almost like a shock. But of course I wrote well, but it's just still that relief that you feel like, okay, finally I've passed this exam that people always feel like is challenging and everything. So tomorrow try to put focus. It's your day. Try to make it happen. You have been studying well, and the amount of past questions were put in. So if you put an F, you need to just go and right now, because most of those questions, some will show up, some will show up, and you have to take advantage of writing, doing that, because you have been preparing a lot of past questions. And just a few tips, just something to tell you, you have to learn how to interpret the question, which is very important, because the question itself, sometimes they'll give a question. So they won't give a question. Sometimes a question might come like this. I want to give this example so that you already know. Like, how long is a representation agreement? That how long is a representation agreement? They might tweak it. They might not just give you easily for you to say, hey, it's 2 years maximum non-renewal. Okay. They might try to tweak it so that just result. Did they show you the answers you got right and wrong? No. When you pass, but I'm going to when you pass, they don't show you the answer you get. But if you fail, like I was speaking to one of my friends who just made it, he sent me a copy of his result that he failed. So I mean the things he failed. So he out of 50, he failed 14. I mean no, he failed 6. So I didn't be he passed one more, he would have made it, because you have to pass 15. So he had 14 and failed one, and he sent me all those questions. He was sending me all those questions, having a conversation that he has bad luck that he failed just one. And I think I've spoken about this, my friend, to you guys here. The first when we started studying, that when we finished the exam, because he finished so early, and so he knew all his questions off it. So when we finished the exam, we were actually going through his exam, and we were going through his questions, and when I checked his question, he had like 14 already. And then the remaining 6 were gambling, saying that, well, I don't know, you might pass this, let's just see how it comes. And totally exactly the one we spoke about, he passed all. And the 6 we were saying, we don't know, something like that. He failed those 6. So, yes, so to answer your question, if the people who fail, they are going to show them what they failed. And for the people who pass, you're never going to see, you're you're just going to celebrate that you passed, but you're not going to see if you failed 3 or you failed 2 or whatsoever. So that's how it goes. So where was I before I got interrupted? Let's see. But anyways, yes, I was just talking of just main focus on trying to get the job done tomorrow, and preparing yourself to an extent that you cannot even make a mistake. So remember, 20 minutes. You have 20 questions, 60 minutes. Each is three. Each is 3 minutes. But it doesn't mean that it has to be like 3 minutes. So as I already gave you guys a model, but I have to repeat that model. That each time when you get into the exam, this is what has to happen. When you have those 20 questions, the first thing you do is, after you've prepared your study material, everything that you have to, let me say, as you're about to start writing, start answering the most easiest question, because what you're trying to do, you're trying to have that structure in your brain that you can have extra time you can use on the difficult questions. So that's the best way to prepare. That's the best way to answer your questions. So let's say, for example, if you have question 1 to question 20, if you answer question 1 is easy, 2 easy, 3 easy, you go to question 4 is difficult, and you think that you're going to spend much time there, skip that question and just continue on question 5. Keep going to arrive question 20. When you use this model, you discover that probably you answer like 16, 15, or whatsoever, how many you might know. Okay? Off head. I'm just saying this is like off head, because now that you have been reading, and there are questions you're going to answer off head there, because some questions it can repeat itself, and then some you have to use your idea. So you just do that to answer as much as possible, so that now when you come back, let's say you can do that within that process, you can take like, let's say, 20 minutes. Now you have 40 minutes to answer. Maybe if you had 8 questions you have not answered, now inside that 40 minutes, which means you have enough time now to prepare yourself now for that 40 minutes. You can start now going back again to look at that question very well. Now, if you this is why I said the study material is very important. For people now to use the study material, you can now use it very well, effectively, because you have more time now, because you have maximized your time. Excuse me. But if you spend time more and just trying to say you stick on maybe question 4 was difficult, you might take 7 minutes there, and before you arrive maybe question 15, your time is showing that 5 minutes to go. You hurry and just put, maybe you just hurry and do everything just to finish the exam. You just tick everything just to finish the exam. So that is not a good approach. So use this approach, is very helpful, and it can maximize your time, because the exam also is about time management. You need to learn how to manage your time. It's going to be very important, because if you manage your time very well, then you're going to have good chances of passing. That's the first thing, time management. And also knowing that you are about the exam is 75% pass rate. You have to have 75%, which is 15 questions you have to pass to really make it. So that's very important also. So those are the structures you should be looking at. And then also, as we used to, I just want to bring this also here. The table of content also was quite important thing. And then I don't know if, but if some of you guys are still facing difficulties with using the study materials, but at least we have been answering the last few more questions we're trying to use study materials, so that at least you should gain an idea of how you do. But this is what as I said, this is how I did, and I want to give you guys the exact thing I did when I was writing. This is what I did. So when I arrived when I wrote all the ones I knew, now when it was time for me to use the study material, let's take, for example, this is my study material, this paper. This is what I'll be doing. Let's take, for example, if they gave a question that came under RSTP. I'm just giving an example under representation, RSTP. Because I made sure before I entered the exam, I had known where the table of content. This is very important. I knew I knew how the table of content functions. So I knew that the FIFA status, the disciplinary code, the ethics code, coming down up to the FFAR. I knew how everything was structured, and I knew the number. I knew the FIFA status was from 1 to 47, and then the disciplinary code 47 to 112. That's how it's on your one. And then the other one was 112 to whatsoever. But anyways, you understand what I'm trying to say. So I knew those structures. So for example, if they give something under RSTP, as I told you guys here before, what I was doing is I'll go straight. Well, let's say they brought something that I was not really sure. I'll go straight to RSTP as quick as possible, the table of content. Just scan letter. If the topic was under, let me say, let's give an example, representation agreement. So I'll be going on that. I'll be going through as quick as possible. I'll make sure I'm using minimum 30 seconds. I'll just go under the. I'll be using this. I'll be scrolling and going down the table of content. When I find representation, something talk about representation agreement, pop. I come here, if I see the number was, let's say, 150. I open my study material straight to page 150. So if you discover just using these tactics, I've spent close to, let me say, not up to 1 minute. I'm just trying to maximize time here too. So now when I go, now I have the page now. I start looking, I start glancing through those answers because there are many words. So then when I pick my answer, I go straight to write it because you will not have too much time. That's how the exam is, because most of the time, if you will not have too much time to really use the study material if you are not smart enough. So that's the best way I can say. You have to maximize your time enough for you to be able to benefit. One question here regarding the pages idea you are mentioning. We can go always to page 2 and click the chapters we want to reach directly. Okay, if you have an idea, okay, and have this thing, but I'm just giving you a method that works. But if you know that you have a method that works, then that's very good. Also, go to page 2 and click here, because the reason I'm talking is because I don't want someone going to the exam and spending a lot of time flipping pages that you don't know. But as you said, good. Also, you can go to page 2 exactly and find, and find the tape and find the material or whatever page and go there. But also that page 2 is just because also you don't know the exact page. Because for example, I'll go straight to the page if I knew my study of the table of content. I just wanted to give another hint. Full respect to your videos. Thanks, brother. Yeah. Good. I'm happy you are giving an idea. So yes, it's good so that people try to read also what you're saying. What we're trying to do here is not that I don't have all the magic ideas in the world. I'm just trying to maximize your potential of passing the exam. I mean, your chances of passing the exam. If you can get even a little bit of, if I can squeeze something out of myself and give it to you so that at least you gain that advantage of passing the exam within these few days, that would be the best thing, because we all know the exam is not more as it was beginning, that you write 2 times. We were lucky. We didn't know. We were lucky also to write that in our year, the last year, the year we wrote, you could write in May and probably in November. But now, if you miss this time, you have to wait another year. And not everybody has that chance. If some people miss this time, we all know how life is. They might forget about being an agent. Whereas if they just put in a little bit of effort, being an agent, they could pass the exam. And passing the exam, you don't know how it could go. As I said, it's something that it's a life-changing thing, situation. If you know how to handle the situation. What do I mean by handle the situation? If you know how to navigate yourself in the industry, working with people. That another thing also I created a WhatsApp group is that you people can connect and see how each other flow. Because if you're working with someone and then you people share ideas on building an agency tomorrow, it's a life-changing situation also for you and that individual. So those are the things I just wanted to mention before you getting into the exam, so that at least it helps you. Okay, and let's see, what do we have again apart from, okay, we spoke about using the study materials, yes, smartly, not randomly. Yes, okay. Yeah, I think most of you guys already are aware about that. You use the study material tomorrow. So tomorrow until till on the 30th, for those guys who are writing also on the 30th. What else? And also, just to remember this, don't expect every question to come directly as you see on the study material, just that they're asking you straight questions. So you have to use your brain, also your thinking brain, So as I spoke already here, that most of the questions won't be coming exactly. Some questions will come in a way that they are trying to trick you, but not really trick you. Trick you is not a word. They are trying to make you think. So it's not going to come plain and straight. They might ask something about third party, but they come from a section in a different way set up. So that's why I say I emphasize on focus to keep your calm and focus so that everything will be when you're focused so that everything can flow easily. When the female player gets her full salary and when she gets the third of her salary during maternity adaptation, etc. What is this? I just wanted to give an when the female player gets her full salary and when she gets the third. I don't understand your question, but today we didn't want to answer question, but I think what you're trying to say here is a female player when is she about to get her full salary? She gets her full salary when she's still at she's still at the club. Let me say if a female player is pregnant and she's still at the club, she gets the full salary. And when she's on maternity leave, she has two-thirds of her salary given to her. And when she returns back to the club, she is reintegrated ASAP as soon as possible, and her full salary start to pass. So I think we spoke already about this thing here that normally when clubs also sometimes when they see that the players a female player maybe is not effective, also they try to ask, do you want to take maternity leave? But also I think you must have read it also on the study material that she decides to go. The club cannot force her to go. Then that's a breach of agreement. Okay? Or that's a breach of contract. How many minutes should I lock in before the start of the exam? Just be there as possible. When you lock in, the exam is going to start automatically. Yeah. So just be there and wait on your time, and then you're going to get when the exam starts. So, okay. So, did you get my point? So, just be prepared and just be prepared and ready as much as much as early as you can be. Just be prepared and ready, and so that you don't have any exam issues, panic or whatsoever. Okay. So yes, I think those are just a few things that I wanted to mention that that at least to keep calm. 3 minutes, yes, that make sure you maximize, you know how to have a structural approach to answer the exam, maximize your time, learn how to use your study material. I think we've spoken about that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it, because today I just wanted to give you and good luck, guys, and wish you all the best. So we're not going to have any live session till, let's say, I think till you finish writing. We're not going to have a live session till you finish writing. Then I'm going to jump into networking and all those kind of stuff. Again, just teaching different stuff, networking, how to get to play your first player, all those kind of stuff, how to get your first player, how to contact sporting director, those things that. But again, first we finish with this one, which is the the main thing at now. Then before the next time we jump into those things. Exam result is 4th of June. I think so. I think I don't know the exact date. Someone can tell us from the chat, but I think yes, it's 4th of June, if I'm not mistaken. The exam is, yeah. But at least it takes, is it a month and something now? It takes a little bit a month and something. Any question from you guys, or switch from the exam material back to the questions? How can we switch from the exam materials back to the questions? I think you're going to open the questions. You should have an idea about this also. I think you are going to open the questions and your study materials that you can flip flop with it. Example always. because the study material, when you have it, you have to have it on your browser. So it should be something that it goes smoothly. And again, those things are things that you should. I don't want us guessing and thinking other way. Yeah. So those are things that you should already. You should come early tomorrow so that you can have an idea of how things go. Yes, for June, before June. Switch. Okay, guys, that was it. I didn't. It's almost 10. I wanted to take just like around 20 minutes for you today's topic, so that at least you guys can go and rest. There's people writing already tomorrow, so they need their time to rest, and then so that they have go ahead. And then we'll continue back with the topic, as I said. Okay, yep, thanks. I will continue back with the topics, as I said, and then we'll go on from there. But again, after the exam, we're going to have conversation here, and then we're going to see how we go. There are a lot of things that we can speak about here, but after the exam, we're going to be talking on topics, what people want, what do you guys want to see. Let's start doing that, because we're going to go really into deep agency work, how to become an agent, how you can scout, how you can, if you want to be, if you want to benefit from being a scout, what all those things we're going to talk about it here, so that you can have an idea, and how to contact clubs, and how to sell your players, how to actually meet sporting director face to face, what process you need to go through. So there are a lot of things to discuss, but first, just do this one and get out and get the tick out of this. This is going to be helpful first, because when you have your license, then there's bigger opportunity that we can have a conversation about here on this channel. So my main aim is, or my prayers is, you guys have the license first. Then if I have to put someone through certain thing, I can give you an idea of how you go about it, and how you can contact sporting director and start making your own income from selling your players, from whether it takes, whether you are from what, whether you live in what area, and how you can contact the sporting director, have a Zoom call with him, send the player comes for trials, all those little things. But all those things will not be too relevant if you don't have this license. Okay. So that will be very important, that you have this license today. This license, or you write well, so that you can get your license in June. Okay, guys, that's it. Have a nice time, and we see after the 30th. Let me say, yes, I'm going to inform you guys when there's next chat, so you people can just keep chatting on group. And good luck to everyone, and talk to you guys later. Take care. Okay. Yeah. Yes, thanks guys for now. Thanks guys for all the appreciation also. But I'm happy also to spend time with you guys. So take care, guys. Bye. Cheers.